second chapter is G plus 3 RC building. So students, what is the meaning of G plus? So G plus 3 means ground plus 3. It means total 4 floor ground and other 4 floors buildings which is made from RCC building. So students, in this type of exam, in this chapter, we have to cover all the revisions of your semester 6 subject, which is design of reinforced concrete structure, in which you have to study in your semester 6 subject, which is ESD, elementary structural design, in which you have to study chapter number 3, chapter number 4, which is singly and doubly RC beam, chapter number 9, chapter number 10, which is the design of one-way slab and design of two-way slab. After that, you have to study axially loaded column. Okay, so this is all the revisions of your semester 6 subject ESD. So students, you all know that in any G plus 3 or any building, the load transfer from slab to their supporting beams to their supporting columns, and after that all the loads are moved to footing foundation. Okay, so what is the functions of slab? So the function of slab is to cover large area. After the slab, the load is moving to supporting beam. Now what is the function of beam? The function of beam is to support slab and walls from slab to beam. Now beam to column. Now the what is the function of column? So it is the supporting beams, and last one is footing. So the function of footing is to distribute concentrated column loads over a large area. So students, all the RCC building. So in RCC building there is two types of buildings. First one is frame building. So this load distribution is for frame building only. Okay, and the second type of building is load bearing structure. So in load bearing structure, the load transfer from slab to wall, and wall to column, and then footing. Okay, so we are discussing in this chapter, it is frame structure. So students, first of all, some brief introduction of this chapter, that in this chapter we are covering our slab design. First topic is design of slab, in which there is two types of slab. First one is one-way slab and second one is two-way slab. In one-way slab, there is two types of example: simply supported slab and continuous slab. And in two-way slab, there is 9 different cases which is given on IS 456-2000. Okay, and you all know that whenever we have to design any RCC building, we have to refer IS 456-2000. Okay, so all the students are refer IS 456-2000 in this chapter. Okay, so this is the first example, which is the design of slab. After that, we are moving to beams. So there are two types of beams: singly RC beam and doubly RC beam. After that, the beam load is how to transfer beam load to column. So after that, we are moving to column design, and at last we are moving further to the footing and foundation design. So students, this is the introduction of our G plus 3 RC building. Okay, now moving further to our slab. So students, what is slab? A slab is designed as a structure elements which is very small depth, because the depth of slab is very small, not a greater than 200 mm. Okay, it is generally 6 inch. 6 inch is equal to 150 mm, or maximum it is 8 inch, which is 200 mm compared to length and width, because our slab is cover large area, so its width and length is too large as compared to its thickness. Okay, so students, you all know that there is two types of slab. First one is one-way slab and second one is two-way slab. But the question is how it is classified. So it is classified as some ratio. So that ratio is the ratio is Ly by Lx. So students, when your Ly by Lx ratio is greater or equal to 2, then it is considered as one-way slab, and if your Ly by Lx ratio is less than 2, then it is classified as two-way slab. Now, the second question is what is Ly and what is Lx? Now, Ly it doesn't mean that the length in y direction, and Lx is doesn't mean that the length in x direction, but Ly is always the longer dimension of the slab and Lx is always the shorter dimension of the slab. Okay, now reinforcement. In which direction reinforcement is to be provided? So in one-way slab, in shorter direction, main steel is provided. In longer direction, distribution steel is provided. It means in one-way slab, only in one direction main steel is provided, and in other direction distribution steel is provided. And in two-way slab, main steel is provided in both the way. Okay, with the alternate bent up. Alternate bent up means one reinforcement is going through and second is with the bent up. Okay, so one reinforcement is straight, bent up. It is called as alternate bent up. Okay, so you can see that in this figure, this is the figure of one-way slab in which your main reinforcement is in shorter direction. This is the reason why we have to provided our main reinforcement in shorter direction. So the reason is deflection. Okay, if we are provided this reinforcement in this direction, the deflection is less, and if we are provided our main reinforcement in this direction, then it causes a major deflection. So we have to design any structural component with the deflection having less value. Okay, so this is the reinforcement detailing of one-way slab, and this is the reinforcement detailing of two-way slab. Okay, so this is the slab classification. After that, we are moving further to the design step of slab, because our first point or our first topic is slab. So students, our first step is to find out effective depth. So our effective depth is denoted by small d, and the value of small d is find out with the help of page number 37 and 38 of IS 456 2000. Now, what is the equation of effective depth? The equation is L by D is equal to ratio into MF. Now, D is unknown. Now, our first is ratio. So, students, you all the students are moved to page number 37 in which these three value is given, that if your slab is cantilever slab, the value of ratio is 7. If this value, if your slab is simply supported, then the value of ratio is 20, and if your ratio is equal to 26 whenever your slab is continuous. Okay, so the value of ratio is find out from page number 37. Second unknown is MF. MF means modification factor. So all the students are moved to page number 38, in which this is the page number 38, in which this is modification factor vertical y direction. So this value is depend on two values. First one is percentage tensile reinforcement, PT, and second is Fs. There is 5 graphs having 5 different values of Fs. Now, what is Fs? So, you can see that the equation of Fs is 0.58 into Fy into some ratio. But at the initial stage of designing slab, this ratio is considered as 1, So now your equation is finally 0.58 into Fy. Fy means yield strength of steel. Okay. So this value of modification factor is depend on two values. First one is percentage tensile reinforcement and second one is Fs. So students, whenever your slab is one way slab, then you have to assume your value of PT is 0.6 percentage, and whenever you have to design two-way slab, then the value of PT is assumed as 0.3 percentage. Okay, now if your PT is known, then the second unknown is Fs. Now the equation of Fs is 0.58 into Fy. Now what is the value of Fy? Fy means 415 or 250 or 500. Okay. Say for example, if in the question it is clearly mentioned that you have to use M20 and Fe415, then your value of Fy is 415. After putting the value of 415 as Fy, then we will get our answer of Fs is equal to 240.7. It means you have to refer this value, this graph. Okay, so with the help of this graph and your value of percentage of PT is from this, then you have to find out your modification factor. Now you have the value of ratio, you have the value of modification factor. Now what is L? L means shorter direction because our main reinforcement is at shorter direction first of all, and after that on longer direction. Okay, so after putting all this value, we have to find out our value of small d. After finding out the small d, the value of finding out capital D. Now what is capital D? Capital D is total depth of slab, or it is also called as thickness of slab. So the equation of capital D is small d plus phi by 2 plus cover. Now what is phi? The value of phi, it means our main reinforcement. So students, our main reinforcement in slab is generally 10 mm. Okay, so this is 10 divided by 2 and cover. In any RC slab, our cover is generally 20 meter. Okay, so this is step number 1. After finding out step number 1, we have to find out our step number 2, which is effective span. It is denoted by LE. So students, the value of LE is find out from page number 34 and page number 35. So this is A. 22.2A is given on page number 34 and 22.2B is given on page number 35. After finding out the effective span, the next step is to find out load calculation. So in load calculation, there is two types of load. You all know that two loads. First one is dead load and second one is live load. But in dead load, there is two loads is to be considered. First one is self-weight of slab. Now, what is the equation of self-weight of slab? The equation is rho into B into capital D, and our capital D, which is find out from step number 1, our rho means density of concrete, and what is B? So B is 1 meter, because you all know that we have to find out all the loads and all the moments per meter length. Okay, so this is the self weight of slab and floor finish. So whenever floor finish is not given in the question, then you have to assume the value of floor finish for typical floor, it is 1 kilonewton per meter square to 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. And for roof slab, or it is also called as for terrace slab, the value of floor finish is 2 kilonewton per meter square. Okay, so this is the calculation of dead load. After that, we have to find out live load. Now, Whenever live load is not given, then we have to assume on typical floor it is 4 kilonewton per meter square, and on a roof level it is 1.5 kilonewton per meter square. So this is the end of our step number 3, which is load calculation. After load calculation, the next step is to find out moment calculation. And after moment calculation, all the calculations are remain same whenever it is one-way slab or it is two-way slab. So the calculation is a reinforcement calculation. So first of all, we have to find out our main steel for one-way slab, and for two-way slab our main steel is provided for both the ways, then there is no necessary for calculation of distribution steel. Okay, so what is the equation of PT? The PT equation is 50 FCK by Fy 1 minus under root 1 minus 4.6 mu upon FCK BD square. Now, what is FCK? The value of FCK is 20, because in the question it is clearly mentioned that we have to use M20 grade of concrete. Fy is equal to 415, mu, which is to find out on step number 4, FCK is equal to 20, D is equal to 1000, because we have to calculate all the loads per meter length, and small d, which is calculated on step number 1. After finding out the PT, the next step is to find out AST. Now, what is the equation of AST? The equation of AST is PT BD upon 100. Okay. Now, PT is find out over here. B is equal to 1000 and D is equal to from step number 1. After finding out AST, the next step is spacing. Now, this spacing is most important because the equation is small AST upon capital AST into 1000. What is small AST? So in the step number 1, we have to use 10 mm diameter. Whenever we have to find out thickness of slab, then it is assumed as 10 mm diameter. So our small AST is the area of 10 mm diameter. So it is pi by 4 into 10 square divided by capital AST, which is find out from here, into 1000. Okay, after finding out spacing, we have to provide that spacing is always be less than spacing required. And our last step is AST required. Sorry, AST provided. Okay. So this is the calculation for main steel. Now we are moving further to the calculation of distribution steel. So you all the students are moved to page number 48, in which the clause number 26.5.2.1, it is clearly mentioned that minimum reinforcement. So the mild steel means Fe250. Whenever your steel is Fe250, then you have to provided 0.15 percentage of total cross sectional area. It means 0.15 percentage of Ag, D into capital D, not small d. Because if you have to use small d, then it is effective area, not total area. Okay, so your minimum reinforcement is equal to 0.15 percentage of total cross sectional area. It is B into capital D for Fe250, and for high strength deformed bar, it means for Fe415 or Fe500, it is 0.12 percentage of total cross sectional area. Okay, so students, this is the design step of the slab. So in the next lecture, we are moving further to our first example, which is the one-way simply supported slab. Okay. So students, this is the end of today's session. Thank